Well, the Peel Paramedic Union is expressing concerns about how dissolving the region could affect its ability to deliver services. The union says regional dissolution represents risks to the recruitment and retention of skilled medics. It says the process could disrupt the hiring cycle and the uncertainty could lead to an exodus of paramedics. The union is calling on the provincial government to carefully consider how dissolving the region could jeopardize paramedics' ability to provide timely emergency medical services in Brampton, Mississauga, and Caledon. And for more on this, we're joined live by Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown this morning. Mayor Brown, good to have you. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. And, I fully support the paramedics and I trust them when they say lives are at risk. We have 850 exceptional paramedics in Peel region, and this dissolution train wreck is going to really damage their ability to take care of our residents who are facing significant health adversity. I think there's one thing we need to get right is to make sure when you need an ambulance, there's an ambulance available.
Okay, so that was going to be my first question is just, do you agree with what the union is saying? Clearly you do. Can you explain why there might be, I'm assuming you've spoken with the union, can you explain why there might be an exodus of paramedics if this dissolution happens?
Well, there's already a shortage of paramedics in Ontario, about 1,000 province-wide. How can you recruit new paramedics when you don't even know if the service is going to be functioning, if it's going to exist? And so this instability right now is going to wreak havoc amongst the paramedics. It's why I continue to ask the province to relook at this dissolution. Our frontline heroes, whether it's the Peel Police or the paramedics, I don't want to cut corners with the emergency response. And unfortunately, that's what this dissolution does. Either you see the largest tax increase, 38%, in Peel region history, or you have to cut critical staff. You can't have it both ways. And so, the outgoing Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie pushed for this, but the financial analysis, the feedback from our key stakeholders show that it's a bad idea that risks the safety of our residents.
And I was going to ask, too, what could the people of Peel, the people of Brampton expect if this goes ahead? And obviously, I was thinking along the lines of maybe, longer wait times for ambulances. But as you're saying, on the other side of this, they could see higher taxes. So, what is the reality for people in Peel if this really comes into effect?
Well, the Deloitte study that was commissioned in 2019 and updated more recently shows that it's a financial train wreck of skyrocketing taxes. But now that we hear not only is it a financial train wreck, it's going to damage critical regional services like public health, like long-term care, paramedics, policing. I don't know why anyone continues to support this. You do your homework and the homework shows that it's a bad decision. We shouldn't be proceeding. And, I'm going to continue to express that to my colleagues in Peel region and the provincial government, that now that we've done our homework, now that we have the financial analysis, now that we have the stakeholder feedback, it would be wrong to proceed. And I hope the provincial government hears the call of our paramedics, of our police, of our public health workers, of our long-term care staff. And now that, Bonnie Crombie, who is the one who pushed this, is moving on to a new position, I hope that she would also support doing what's right for Ontario, not necessarily what is in the financial interest of trying to have a wealth transfer to the former city that she led.
And just to be clear, before we wrap up here, Mayor, you haven't heard back from the provincial government on this?
No, they told me they're listening to all the feedback, that the financial analysis is very relevant, but it's something that unfortunately was launched with Mayor Crombie and former Minister Steve Clark, and that train is still continuing. And so I hope this new information causes them to reconsider what is clearly a very risky, bad decision.
Okay, we'll have to wait and see what happens. That's Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown joining us this morning. I appreciate your time. Thank you.